a topic on Corel DRAW. So we'll be learning about the basics of Corel DRAW. So the basic tools and how to make some changes in Corel DRAW. That is what we'll be doing. So that's what this tutorial is all about. If you have any questions, please just write it in the comment down below, and I will address that. Okay.
Okay, so let's start. All right. So to begin, we will be talking about the tools in Corel Draw. That's for the left hand side. If you can see, we have some icons over there. That are the tools. Okay, so this side are the tools, and we have on the right hand side we have the color palette. So that's what we have on both sides. The top side you have your menu, and here you can change the size of your page. That's what you can do, and here you can change the orientation of your page. This side also, you use it to actually change whether you want your pages to be consistent, or you just want to just change it the way you feel like. So when you click on this, it gives you the same size of page whenever you want to create a new page. But this, you can actually change the size of page whenever you want to create a new page. All right, so let's begin with the tools. All right, so this is the move tool. We use it to move things around, and also it's a pick tool. So let's draw a square. That's what you should do first. So let's just draw a rectangular shape. Then we go to the pick tool or the move tool. We use it to move objects around. So that's why mostly we refer to it as a move tool and a pick tool. So you can use this after creating the box. You can use the pick tool and go and select any color you want and apply it to your shape. Okay, so let's select this color. Right, then also you can pick the shape and move it around. So that's why it's called what? The pick tool. We can move everything around. And what else can we do with this? We can transform objects with it. So looking at it, you can see that when I clicked on it once, we had some nodes around it. Okay, it is used to scale the shape. So these nodes around it are used to scale the shape. So if you drag a node which is here upwards, it scales it proportionally. So it doesn't skew it, or it doesn't stretch it, it scales it proportionally. So like this, and it scales proportionally. But when you drag this side, you see this side, you are dragging only one side of the shape, and that's what this tool is meant to do. And it can also be used to rotate the shape or any object on your screen. So I want to rotate this. First of all, let me just click out. I want to rotate this. I click on it and I'll click again. Then I see this. I can see some arrows around. So I'll go to where the arrows are. Then I will rotate it. Right. So if you can notice, we have some different arrows here at the side of the shape. You have some different arrows there. This is for skewing the shape. So when you do this, it skews it. So mostly you may be designing and you may want to use it. Okay, so that's what it's being used for. All right, so that's the pick to purposely. So that's what you use it for. So most of the time that's what you'll be using. So most of the time you pick objects from the screen, you move it to the left, the right, and just to scale things out to balance your design. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. The next one is the shape tool. Now the reason why it's called a shape tool is because it's used to manipulate your shape. All right, so this is it. So we have the shape tool, this one. Okay, so you also click on it and you can see that we have some nodes there, but this one, the nodes are in four corners. Right, so in the first instance, when you draw a rectangular shape, All right, you draw a rectangular shape. The default way of it is that these nodes, when you drag these nodes, it rather gives you a curve like this. So let me just do an example. So after clicking on the object, it gives me the node. I click on the node and I drag it downwards. You can see that it's giving me that kind of curve shape. All right. So let me take it back. Let me just take it back. Okay. So let's just leave it here. Now it's giving me a round shape. Let's assume you don't want a round shape, but you want something that to be within, like something that will move inwards. So we have options over here which you can select. So we have this, we have this. When you select this, you can see that it will push it inward rather than making it round, it's pushing it inward. Now that's another shape altogether. That's why it's called a shape tool. And moreover, let me take it back. Okay. So moreover, if you want to make a custom shape, let's assume you feel like changing this shape and making it your own shape, you can also do that. So you can right click on the shape and you have options which are here, and you can see convert to curve. When you click on convert to curve, you will see that we have nodes over there. Yeah, like the nodes which are black are now white. So you can click and drag those nodes. Okay, and you can also create new nodes in your shape. So you can just look at where the lines are and double click there. So when you double click, you create a new node and you can do this. When you double click here, you create a new node and you can do this. So let's assume you are drawing something like this. So you click a new node and you click a node and you just shift it. So the next thing is, how can I move two nodes at a go? So the same tool, you can just use it to highlight two parts of the node. And as you can see, I've highlighted two parts, and you can use it to move only that side. So it's like I'm moving the line, right, with the help of the node. Okay, so and if you want to also delete a node that you've created, you can just double click on the node and go to delete. Hope you can see that perfectly. So let's move on to the next one. Okay, so the next tool is the crop tool. The crop tool, as it sounds, you know how to crop. Most of you know how to crop, so you can just crop an image by just drawing the shape over it and hitting on enter or double clicking, and you have that. Okay, so that's the crop tool. If you want to undo, you can go to the top here, edit, and you undo. So you can undo, you can redo, you can repeat. Okay, and if you want a shortcut to undo, is Control Z. So when you hit on Control Z, it's you're making an undo of that. So let's move on. So as we are moving along, I'll be bringing in some shortcuts also. All right. So the next one is the zoom tool. The zoom tool is also used to zoom in objects. When you hit on, when you click, when you left click, it zooms in. When you right click, it zooms out. So I'm left clicking and right clicking. So right click zooms out. All right. So the next one, okay. So the next one is the freehand tool. The freehand tool is just a tool that will help you draw whatever you want to draw, as in a freehand way, but with a little aid. Okay. So let's just do that. Let's assume I want to draw a circle. Okay. So I click and I just do this. And you can see it has helped me in smoothing out the path. So my circle is not even good. It's not that good. Okay, I think this is even better. Right. So you end on it. When you end, that means you've drawn a complete shape. But if you haven't end the circle or the shape that you are drawing, that means it's a line, a path, just a normal line that you've drawn. Okay, so this one like this. I ended it so I can color in. All right, so as you can see, I can color in, but this one I didn't end it, so I can't color in. When I come and click, I won't get anything. Hope you can see that. Sorry, I won't get anything. So you just click and nothing will happen. Also, until you end it, so it means the ending means that where you started your sketch from, that's where you should end it at. Simple as that. It's it's the same thing that applies to all the shapes. Okay, so the next tool is the artistic media tool, which mostly you won't be using unless you want to enter into maybe sketching for stuff like maybe a portrait sketch, this kind of cartoon sketch, all those stuff. Yeah. So with this one, just you can just draw a line or a curve, any shape like this, and it will give you a nice shape with the template from the top there. So the template is here, different templates here. So let's assume I select this. That means when I draw anything, it should give me that kind of template. So it gives me that. Okay. So if you want to be designing flyers and all those stuff, I don't think you'll be using this. So we talked about this, yeah, and we've already used it. So this is an ellipse tool, and you use to draw circles most of the time. So drawing a circle, you can just click and drag, right? You can click and drag, or you can just what come here, you click and you hold. Can you see that? You can just click and you hold Control, and it's giving you a perfect circle. The same thing to the square tool. So you click and you hold Control, and it gives you the perfect thing. The same thing to the square. Okay, I click, I hold Control, and it gives me a perfect one. When maybe your version of Corel Draw may be different from mine, so when you are using the control and it's not working for you, you can try shift. Okay, that may work for you. Okay, so let's move on to the test tool. So the test tool, you'll be using the test tool to type. So you can just come and click here and you type. So anything you want to type. Now we have two types of typing. We have the artistic typing and we have the paragraph typing. This is the artistic type. Okay, so this one, which you can just click once, so you go to the tool and you can just click once and you type, is called the artistic type. Okay, so with this one, it doesn't follow any rule or any guideline or any text border or any stuff. You do everything by your own self. Okay, so mostly we use this for headings and subheadings. Yeah. But the artistic one, we use it for paragraphs. If you know that you are writing something with paragraphs. So as you can see, let me just do that again. You come to the test tool, then you click and drag. So you left click and you drag. When you left click and you drag, you see that it has created a text box for you. So within this text box, anytime it gets to this side, it will bounce back here like a normal word that you are typing. So you are typing something to hit it and bounce back, and it moves like that, it continues. So if you are using uh, a paragraph, so let's assume you are writing a paragraph or something, you use this. So you put your heading and everything in this form. But if you are writing, yeah, if you are doing something like a flyer of that sort, you can just make this for maybe the about us session, and it's just some few portion, that's all. Okay, so with this one, we have like how it is in the word. We have the align guides, which will help you align your work very well. We have left align, we have right align, we have center, right, full justify, and false justify, like that. Okay, so that's for the text. Okay, so let's move on to something new. This is a parallel dimension gauge. So it's mostly used to measure stuffs, because you maybe want to measure something and you want them to be parallel to each other. That's when you use this tool. So mostly you not use it, because if maybe you are in the field of the print and all those stuff, you may use it, but mostly you don't use it. And also the same thing applies to the straight line connector. You mostly not use it because you draw line in another form, but it's good to have a straight line also. So the straight line, it just gives you this note. I hope you can see the red note. You just click on one and you link it to the other node, and it gives you that. So click one, you drag to the other node and you lift it, and you let it go, so it gives you that, just for you to just draw a straight line. Simple. It's nothing just more than that. Okay, so let me go back to my pick tool. All right, now this is the shadow tool. So the shadow tool, let me just give this a color. Okay, so let me just give it a color. Okay, so this is a shadow tool. You use it to apply shadows to your shape. So let me just do that. So you click on one edge of the shape and you drag it down. Hope you can see that it's a circle because your shape is a circle. So you click it down if you want the shadow to be equal on all sides. That's what you do. So it gives it a shadow. But let's assume you did yours and you left it here. The shadow will only apply at that side. So mostly if you want to maybe draw something and add a down shadow to it, I think this way will be the best. All right. So you're adding a down shadow to it. Wow. Nah. just do it this way. You are good to go. Okay, and you use this to increase the shadow um, brightness and the intensity of how bright or how dark it should be. So use this. So it's like a transparency tool that I use to do that. So you just scale up and you scale down. Simple. Now let's move on to another thing. So the other thing will be transparency. So transparency tool, you click. So I click on this guy. I want to make it transparent. I click on it and I get this. So I'll just hold one side and drag it. So drag it to the middle and I get the transparency. So now the shape is now a transparent shape. So you can see this color on top of it. Let me move it here so that you see it clearer. So it's behind. Let me bring it on top, in front of. Yeah. So as you can see, this is like a middle color because this is transparent. So that's almost how you use the transparency tool. Okay. So the eyedropper tool. Now the eyedropper tool is used to select a color from your work and apply it on a shape. So let's assume I want the color from here. You can select a color from even a picture and apply it to a shape. That's the eyedropper tool. Okay. Then we have the interactive fill tool. So the interactive fill tool helps you to also add color to your work, but maybe in more dynamic way, but not just coming here and picking a straight color. With the interactive one, you can make it a gradient. So you can click here. You can make it a gradient manually from here, but let's just start with this one. So you can click here and you have a fountain fill of that. This one is a vector pattern, and this one are all fields that you can add. Okay, so if you are working with the color, you want to know where the color is going. So is it a linear one? So this one is a linear, this one is a elliptical, and this one is like conical, and this one is radial or rectangular. Yeah. So let me just click so that I see what it does. Okay. So that and yeah, I think this is okay. And when you want to change the color, yeah, let's just move there right now. So when you want to change the color, you just click here and come here and you have the color. So you use this to move it to the right color and select. And let's assume you don't like the color which is in, you want to change it, you can just click on it and come here and same thing. Okay, so let me just do it this way. So let's assume you want to add another color to the gradient. You just double click on the line, I mean this line, you double click on it and it gives you another new color node which you can input another color field. So I hope you can see that. So we have that. So at your own pace you can practice and you will know what to do when you want to do something. Now let's move on to the next one. The next one is the smart fill. So the smart fill is just simple. It asks you a specific color. So you ask specific and you select the color that you want to use, and that's all. So you just be adding that color to most of uh, your work. It works like almost like let me say um, a smart shape. Is it a smart shape? Yeah, in Illustrator. That's almost how it works. So let's assume, hope you can see we overlap these guys and I give them a different color here. So that's it. Okay. So when you do that, you also get the shape separately. Even though we have that there, we still even have a shape separate. It has developed a new shape and it has given it a color like that. Okay. So these two, most of you won't be having it on your toolbar, but you can add it. You can add and remove tools by just coming here. Okay, you're tapping on the plus button, then you look for the tool that you want. So it's called the outline tool. So you look for the outline tool. So this is it, this one. So then you click on it. Now this tool is used to take off the outlines in your shape. So I'm taking off the outline. As you can see, let me take off the outline of this one so that you can see it properly. And you can also use to add outlines to your shape. As you can see, I've added bigger width of outline. Yeah. So if you want more details on this tool, you have to click on the tool itself and come here. Then you click on the pen tool. Sorry, the outline tool. Then you have options on how to manipulate it. So this the position, um, the way you want it to look, the style. Maybe I want it to be maybe dashed or any way you want it to be. Okay. So there's one tool that I didn't talk about. That's the pen tool. So the pen tool, you you locate it somewhere here. I think somewhere here. Yeah. So here's the pen tool, which you'll be using most of the time. So the pen tool is used to draw custom shapes. Okay, I said this tool is used to manipulate an already like default shape, like a rectangular shape or ellipse shape, and transform it into something that you want. Or you can even use it on custom shapes which are in your work already. But with this tool here, you use it to draw a custom shape directly. So let me just draw a custom shape. So I have here and here, that, that, and let me just bring it that and that. Then I ended it. The reason why I end the shape is because I have to end it so that I can fill it in with a color. Right. So the place that you start, that's where you end. Now to draw this, you just click and you just have the like a line dragging with the pen. So you just have it in this form. So you have this and you click and you click again, drag. You don't even drag, you just pull it wherever you want because it's attached to it. The only time this line will leave the flow is when you hit on escape. Now in on this note, when I hit on escape, you will see that I will lose the line and it's just an outline. So the only thing I can do is maybe give it an outline and increase it, like I mean increase the outline and give it an outline color. That's what I can do. So to give an outline color, we have two ways of doing that. You can come here and here to right click, right? You know we have left click and right click. When you right click, you give an outline color. So that's, and the second way is for you to go here. That's the the pen, outline pen. Then you go to the outline color, and it just gives you a dialog box where you just select your color and that you just hit OK. That's all. Okay. So I think with this, I've covered almost everything in Corel Draw. Some things will be treated later, but with this, I think you have a full grip of it. So let me just give you a last tip. Okay, the last tip that I'll be giving is how to size your work. So to size your work, you just come here. You see that this is landscape. This is portrait. When you click on it, it's a portrait. When you click on this, it's a landscape. When you want to change the shape manually, sorry, the page size manually, you can just come here and type whatever size you want regarding to the unit which is there. So you have to check the unit and you use your size. So this is the size that I want. If I want something that looks like a square, I do this. I just give 5 up, 5 down, and I have something like a square. So you can see it's written here custom. If I need something that is like already like in the market, like A4 or A3, those are the ones that are here. So they are pre-size, default size, which are here because they are already in the market. Okay. So you just look for whatever you want to look for and select. So if you are dealing with A4, you just come here and look for A4. If A2, you come here and look for A2. A5, you come here and look for A5. Okay. And when you click on it, it takes effect straight ahead. All right. So I hope I've covered everything in this video and I hope to hear from you guys. Okay, so thank you
Congratulations,
guys.
you've made it to the end of this video once more. And thank you for watching and thank you for spending some time with me. Hope you've learned something from this video and hope you catch it alongside with this video. Okay, so please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, and also like and comment below if you haven't. Okay, so thank you very much and see you again. Peace.